Hi everyone, this is the tutorial for It Takes a Woman. My name's Billy from Piano and Pies. Let's get stuck straight in. So I'm going to be focusing on the chords for this song as well as the strumming and how to play all of that. Now there's an introduction which starts off with a C major chord. And what's going to happen is we take the C major shape, which is 3 on the A string, 2 on the D string, 0 on the G, 1 on the B and an open E string. We're going to hammer on this middle finger. Really small detail. And then we go to a C sus4, and that's where we take the little finger and we move it up to fret 3 on the D string. And then it goes back to the C major chord. Now we're kind of picking the notes here. And I'm aiming for the D string, that's the one that changes a lot. D string. And I'm going up to that fret number 1 on the B string as the extra note afterwards. Yeah, so when I was doing my silly head movement there, that's when I'm going to the B string. So yeah, that is what's going to get you through the introduction. Now, moving on to the next part of the song, we take the C and the C sus4 and we play that a little bit more, followed by an F major chord, like this. Now it's worth mentioning that this is in 6/8, so we've got this counting of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 throughout all of the song. Now F major, I'm going to use an open version, or the closest to the open version, which is 1 on the high E string, 1 on the B string, 2 on the G, 3 on the D. And you'll have noticed there, hopefully, my middle finger came off to make it F sus2. Occasionally, they just throw that chord in, kind of like the C sus4 actually. It just comes in every so often. So feel free to use that chord anytime you play the F major chord. Now after that, we go back to C, the C sus4, and then a G major to G7. So what I'm going to do is play through the first half of the first verse. Now there's a ton of chords here, so watch out for this. So C major, C sus4, C major, F major, including F sus2, back to C and sus4, then a bar of G, G7. Now at that point, we're still in the verse. We have another C major chord, sus4, and then at that point, instead of just going back to a C major chord, C7, C dominant 7, which is where the little finger goes to the G string fret 3. So this time round, C major, C sus4, C7, F major, F major again, then back to C, sus4, G major, and then C major. Now all of those chords will get you through the first verse. Now it's worth mentioning that I wrote out the chord chart as well as the chords and the lyrics matching up over on Patreon. There's a link in the description. It's just a couple of dollars and it saves you from writing everything out and potentially making a mistake, because trust me, there's even more chords coming up and there's lots to remember. We then get to a chorus. Now the chorus starts with a G minor chord, which is a bar chord starting on fret 3 on the E string. So it's 3, 5, 5 and then 3 on the remaining strings. We then go to an F major chord, and then a C major, then an A minor. Now A minor is an open A string, 2, 2, 1, and then an open E string. So let me play through the first line of the chorus. Now I'd love to say that repeats a lot, however the next part does change. We have F major, G major, C major to C7. we then get even more chords. So yeah, maybe check out that link on Patreon. D minor's next. Lovely chord to go to in this song. Open D string, 2 on the G, 3 on the B, 1 on the high E. That's D minor. And we have D minor, G major, A minor, and then a chord out of nowhere. This is a D major chord. However, my thumb's coming around the top on fret 2. Now this is a tricky chord to play. I call it the Ed Sheeran chord because he uses it a bunch. But yeah, D major with an F sharp. It's called D/F sharp. If you struggle to get that thumb over, don't worry, just play a regular D major. That still works just as well. So that new part of the chorus is D minor, G, A minor, and then the D/F sharp. We're in the home straight of this chorus now. We have an F major chord, G major, then the C to C sus4. Now there is a bit of a guitar solo there. Now I'm just focusing on the chords. If you're interested in learning the guitar solo, let me know in the comments below and I'll consider making a video for it. However, the chords for that are C to C sus4 and then the C7. F major, and again, then C, sus4, G, and C, sus4, and that will get you through the guitar solo section. We then have a second verse, and the good news is the second verse exactly the same as the first verse with one small exception. At the very end of the first verse, we have 2 lots of C and sus4 and then C. At the end of the second verse, cut off that last C chord and then you'll go straight to a chorus. Now, the next chorus is thankfully just about the same, but there is a small difference. So again, yeah, get that link on Patreon on the go. That'll make it so much easier to remember. But yeah, I'm going to play through the full chorus which ends the song. There are a few small parts and I'll pause at the parts that change. So G minor, F major, and then C. So I'm going from the C major to A minor, like I normally do, but in between that, I get this chord here. Now this chord is what we call a C/B. It's a slash chord or a passing chord between 2 chords. Basically, to do that, get a C major chord, get rid of this finger, and move this finger up to the A string fret 2. Sounds a little bit strange by itself, but it works really well in the context of the song, and that is a C/B. So you'll play, to go over that part again, G minor, F, C/B, A minor. And then we have more repetition, F, G, C, C7, D minor, G, A minor, D/F sharp, F, G, then the C to the C/B, A minor, followed by F, G, and C major ends the song. So like I've mentioned, if you want to get the chord charts for this and the chords and the lyrics matching up, head on over to Patreon. There's a link in the description for that. That'll certainly help you out. However, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate all the likes that I get for my videos. It really helps out the channel. So I'll see you in the next video.